I look like the Jonas Brothers right now, but that doesn't matter. Remember, I made a video just before this one where the video title was How to Think in English and How to Stop Translating from Hindi to English. So, since you are here, I'm going to how about I rephrase all of those things and also add on the video because the last time I was making it, I got pretty tired and you could see it on my face. That was exhaustion, that was pure exhaustion from running a family, working a 9 to 5 job from home, and then making YouTube videos and 900 extra stuff. So, let's get into it. Don't mind me looking like Jonas Brothers. Here we are. So, first of all, the first part that I told you about was how to stop translating from Hindi to English is to just stop translating completely. When you stop translating completely, your task gets much easier because you're not missing out on the pronunciation of words and also like the how do you say the combining words, the words that you use for joining and also the participles or also the indefinite and definite articles which is missing when you're translating directly from Hindi to English. So there's that. That's one point I mentioned. The second one was start talking to yourself in your day-to-day life. Whenever something happens to you, for example, you're sitting in a room right now. What do you see around you? When I see around myself, I see a painting that I made earlier. It's like a blue painting. I mean, it has a blue background, but it has roses and other small flowers and peonies. And also, I see a brown chest. I see books, a Dan Brown book. I see pillows. I see chocolate biscuit box, chocolate. I think you might have heard about it. So, and I also see my small diary. So basically, I just name them. And whenever you're naming them, try to say a box, a chocolate box, a diary, a pen, a mobile, a cell phone, a couple of pillows, just learning what you need to learn in general through, learning what comes before the actual word. So make sure that you learn the vowels and that you have to use an apple, but when it comes to ear, you say a ear because when you say ear, it's like a Y sound in English. So there was that. The second point that I made was, yeah, I asked you to start journaling. I asked you to write at least 5 sentences in English in your journal. You need to write like simple sentences like, I am drinking water. The tea that I'm having is hot. Or I'm having hot tea. I'm writing with a blue pen. Or you can write, I'm writing with a blue ink pen. Or, like simple sentences. And if you're like more moderate, you can use more bigger words like uh, I'm using a black Japanese ink pen for calligraphy. Just learning new words and also like journaling about English or writing your feelings down in English. For example, you've had a tough day and it's like 9 p.m. So before sleeping, you're going to open your nice little diary. You're gonna write like about today. Oh, I was so riled up today. My colleague was annoying to me. My friend was annoying to me. My friend stole my lunch or the professor hated me when I was giving my presentation in front of the whole class. So, small sentences, try to write it as simply as possible if it's difficult for you. And if you're on the moderate level, try to use like bigger words than the usual. Or otherwise, if you don't want to use bigger words, that's fine. Try to write more complex sentences than the easy ones. Like I'm bringing in writing with a Japanese pen, and I'm using like black ink for a better luscious calligraphy. Another thing that I asked you to do is to learn new vocabulary. And how are you going to do that? For example, I hope you guys take newspapers. And if you do, then if you're just a beginner in English, I'll ask you to get Times of India. Doesn't have like really complex vocabulary like the Hindu or the Indian Express does. Times of India is fairly easy and fairly readable. Like it'll be very easier for you to grasp what you're reading quickly, and you won't need like a dictionary to look at every other word that you're reading. So I think that would be helpful. Reading novels, for example, starting with a simpler writer who writes like in very understandable English. And I think Chetan Bhagat would be a good idea because his books are written in fairly understandable English. It's not too complex. He does use like one or two big words, but that's not too difficult to find out with a dictionary or with Google. You can just write like nevertheless. So you can just ask Google like nevertheless, and it will now Google gives you meanings in Hindi and in English. But I'd like you to follow the English meanings. It's good that they have both Hindi and English, but it's better for you to look for the English one because you need to imbibe yourself with the English language. And the best way to imbibe yourself is to try to understand what they're saying to you in English as well. When you're done with reading the newspaper, you can slowly transition to reading novels, like I suggested, Chetan Bhagat. And after you're done with that, you can use the basic feature of Google where it's giving you, whether where it's giving you options to learn in both Hindi and English. If you struggle with, English meanings, you can look that in Hindi. But I would suggest you to still go with the, English because you're trying to learn English here. Anyways, yeah. Another thing I'll suggest you to watch English American TV shows that are basically aired on Star Plus and Colors Infinity because what it'll help you with is you'll see the way native speakers speak and the kind of words they use, the kind of slangs, the kind of proverbs, the kind of idioms they use and phrases they use, and how they use it and which context they use it. And sometimes they will use big words or words that you've never heard of because in English there are a lot of words. And English it feels like you're constantly learning words. So it really help you to watch in the American TV shows or just English TV shows. It could be British, even as long as it's in English, you should watch it and you should see what new words you see, and then automatically pause the show, pause the Netflix show or whatever you're watching on, and quickly go on your Google browser and just Google the word. And then, because it's still fresh in your mind, in what context, or in what series, or in what episode, or in what scene it was used, so you know what exactly you're looking at. So it just becomes. Another idea on how to build up your vocabulary quickly would be to just look up words or like articles when you're going through an issue. For example, I'm having a sore throat, so I'm going to Google, do I get rid of sore throat? So I'm sure, I'm sure the Google will show me like at least 5 to 6 websites in the first page. So I'm going to read at least 3 to 4 articles. And in the articles, I'm going to come across words like um, chronic sore throat or chronic bronchitis, like words like that are defining a kind of symptom or kind of a medical issue or medical thing. So what happens when you do that is you just learn new words and you learn new vocabulary. So for example, it's not about you getting a sore throat right now. Oh my god, what I'm saying is going to be the pandemic. Yeah. So what if you Google that, or how to get rid of a tattoo? So maybe go on an article and they tell you to how to get rid of body paint, body art, and the steps of how to get rid of it. So you learn vocabulary related to a certain issue and certain symptoms and how to get rid of it. So that's what Googling articles do for you. For example, something is happening, like for example, right now the current affairs of India, like China and India standoff on the border. You can Google and you can read like 4 or 5 articles, and I'm sure these articles will have new words for you that you can learn, and you can jot them down in your diary, and you can look for the meanings to Google, of course, and then you can jot those meanings down as well. So it's a very quick way to get new. So what will essentially set you up for success when you're studying, or like trying to translate, or not to translate, you're just trying to think in English here, guys. So what will automatically set you up for success is making this a daily habit. Like if you make this a priority, like if you set apart a time in the day, or put it on your calendar, like use your Google Calendar for for example, say that from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. you when you look at words, you read the newspaper, you read a novel or something that's on a higher level of reading than yours. For example, take any books from Dan Brown. It has good vocabulary right there. So, for example, you take that and you are gonna just jot down the words. So you like make it a priority. Priority. You make it a priority. You make it a part of your life. You show up every day for it. You practice and practice and practice till you get better. So that's something you can do. Use English in your day-to-day life activities, like when you're doing cooking, or so you go and Google on YouTube. I don't know, a pasta recipe, how to make like white sauce pasta in English. So you watch that video and you learn a few words that's used in conversation when you're making a white pasta sauce dish. So some similar things like that. Try to make it, try to integrate it into your activities, or try to like make a presentation. Just turn on your computer webcam and give a presentation about something you really like and you're highly energetic about telling it to everyone, and just try to talk to the computer, looking at the camera, and just record yourself like I'm doing it right now. So yeah, just try to practice it, and the more you practice, the better you'll become. So these were my tips. So here this video is going to end, and these were my tips for stop translating and start thinking in English. And I hope it was helpful to you guys. Please like and subscribe, and give me a thoughtful comment down in the comments below, and also touch the you know bell icon, which will give you notifications whenever I upload. And I plan to bring more learn easy English videos out in the future, trying to help you learn English, and I'm going to help you on this journey, born journey.